Hello, and welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to work on a little self-discipline through a consistent yoga practice. So we're going to do a short little practice here, but I challenge you, or I ask you to try to do this sequence a few times this week or over the coming weeks, just to see if you can start to build a little bit of consistency in your yoga practice and see if you notice a difference by doing so. So we don't need any props for today's class, but again, run through this time and then pick a couple of days this week that later you'd like to try to run through it again and just see how you feel by doing it a few times over the next week or so. And today's quote is by Sarah Louise Delaney. Life is short and it is up to you to make it sweet. So by building a consistent yoga practice, that is one great way to make your life sweet. So we're going to start standing at the top of our mat. So go ahead and get yourself ready. If you like blocks, go ahead and grab them, but they're not necessary for today's practice. So we're going to go ahead and stand in mountain pose here. And we're going to start with some half sun salutations. So if you know what those are, you can go right into them. Not sure, I'll lead you through them. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, and fold forward over the two legs. Inhale and halfway lift. Here, if you had blocks, that would be great. If not, just use your shins halfway and look out. And exhale, fold in. Inhale and bring your arms up overhead. And exhale, we're going to fold forward again. So go ahead and dive forward, hinging at the hips, folding over your legs. Bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale and halfway lift, either hands on your shins or on your fingertips. Look out in front of you, the flat back. Exhale and fold in. Inhale and reach up overhead. And exhale and dive forward once more, coming into that nice forward fold. This is a great way to warm the body up. And then inhale and lift up halfway, looking out in front of you. And exhale, fold in. This is just a great thing to start with in the morning. So maybe you don't have a lot of time. Just throw a few of these into your morning. Inhale and come all the way back up, reaching your hands up overhead, and come back into your mountain pose. So doing a few rounds of those is just a great way to get the blood flowing and help open up your hamstrings. But if you'd like to do a little bit more, then let's continue to add on. So from here, we're going to step that left foot back and come into a high lunge. So sometimes this can be best if you have a wider stance between your feet. The more narrow your stance is, the more your balance may be challenged there. So decide what is working for you today. Step that left foot back and come into your high lunge. So my back left heel is off of the ground here in high lunge. Inhale and rise those arms up overhead. Look up overhead, coming out of your hips there. And then go ahead and drop that back knee. Bring your hands down, drop your back knee to the ground, untuck those back toes, and now look forward into your low lunge here. So now we're in a low lunge. And really open up your chest here. Instead of bending in, I want you to open up and really feel that kind of a slight back bend here. And then from here, you're going to plant your hands. Bring that right foot back to meet your left. Tuck those back toes and come into a nice downward dog here. So you're lifting your hips up. Adjust your stance as needed. And come into your down dog. And we're going to stay here for a breath or two. So if you want to pedal out your legs, especially if it's the first one of the day for you. Down dog is another excellent pose to do to help open up your body, the whole body. From your fingers all the way to your toes, you're getting a nice opening in the hips, the hamstrings, the shoulders, the chest, even the side body here. Don't forget to breathe. And then go ahead and look forward and step forward on your mat. Take as many steps as you need to come to the top of your mat. And then go ahead and exhale and fold in. So give yourself a nice dangle here. Inhale and halfway look out. So we're back where we've been with the half sun salutations. Exhale and go ahead and fold in again. Inhale, rise your arms up overhead and come back into mountain pose. So we simply just added on to those half sun salutations with a couple of lunges. Let's do the other side. So go ahead and find the stance that works best for you, and we're going to step that right foot back. And now our left foot is forward and bent. And remember to have your back foot, your right foot, heel off the ground. Rise your arms up overhead, coming out of your hips there. Really feeling nice and stable and strong here. And then go ahead and drop your hands and drop that back knee, untuck that back toe, and now look forward into your low lunge. And really sink deep into that that hip there and really come forward. And so you have a little slight back bend here. Chest is open. Try not to round here. We're going to really open it up here. Plant both of your hands and step back into your downward dog. So get there how you'd like to. Rise those hips up. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Again, you can pedal out the legs if you like, or just go ahead and come right into stillness. But your body is in a nice V here. So you've got your hands planted firmly at the top of your mat. Your feet are firmly planted at the back of your mat. Your heels may not come down, and that's okay. You may have a slight bend in your knees. That's okay. Find what works for your body today. And breathe here. Just stretch the long line from your arms and your legs all the way up to your hips. And now go ahead and step forward, as many steps as you need to take to come to the top of your mat. And exhale and go ahead and fold forward. And let all that go and dangle. You can shake left and right here for a bit if you like, swaying back and forth. Inhale and come in your halfway lift. Look out in front of you. Exhale, fold in once more. Let everything go. Inhale, rise those arms up overhead and come back into your mountain pose. So you should really be feeling your hamstrings, your whole body is starting to really wake up. And you can see you could do this, just that part several times on your own without even out the video, and just see how that really gets your energy going. So we're going to add on one more to that. So we're going to go ahead and step that left foot back. Left foot back. And now we're going to come into warrior two. So we're going to turn that and ground that left leg back. So now my left foot is grounded into the mat and my right leg is bent forward. And so I have my heel, my front heel, if you drew a line, would intersect the back arch or thereabouts. And then go ahead and rise those arms up out to each side and look over that right hand. So you're in a nice warrior two stance here. And then we're going to move from between this pose and reverse. So if you know what reverse is, go for it. Otherwise, you're going to take that left hand down your left leg and rise that right arm up overhead. And you get a nice side body stretch here in reverse warrior. And then you're going to come back into your warrior two. Go ahead and stay for an inhale and exhale here. And then we're going to inhale and rise up into reverse warrior. Bring that right arm up overhead. And exhale back into warrior two. Twice more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Once more. Inhale, reverse. Keep that front leg bent straight, a nice bend there. And exhale, warrior two. I'm feeling my leg too. And then go ahead and come back down to the ground. Plant your hands and step back into a downward facing dog. So release all that. You got your nice, both your legs are straight here in down dog or straight-ish. And then we're going to go ahead and walk forward on our mat. As many steps as you need. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Look out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise back up. Come up overhead, arms overhead, and back into your mountain pose. So we have one more side to do. Here we go. Let's go ahead and step that right leg back now. And turn and ground that heel. And now your left foot is forward and bent. So line up your heel to arch alignment here the best you can. Bring the arms out to the sides. And look out over that left hand. And here's your reverse warrior. I'm sorry, this is your... sorry, a bird just landed in the tree and I got distracted. This is your nice warrior two here. And now we're going to go ahead and reverse that warrior. So bring that right hand down your right leg. Left arm up overhead. You get this nice side stretch here on your left side. Come back to your warrior two. So we're going to stay here for just a moment, catching our breath. And then we're on the inhale, we're going to come into reverse. We're going to go between those two poses. So inhale, reverse your warrior, bring that left arm up overhead. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Again, inhale, reverse your warrior. Really trying to keep that front leg nice and bent deeply instead of trying to come out of it. Exhale, back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground and step back into downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, really arriving in your dog. We're at the end of our sequence. It's short but effective to get the blood flowing, to get the breath going, to wake the body, to strengthen, to increase your flexibility, to open up things. I mean, it's just all around good. And then after you've had that third nice inhale and exhale, go ahead and walk forward on your mat. And exhale and go ahead and fold forward. And just let it all go. Let it dangle there. Inhale, halfway lift, looking out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise your arms up overhead and arrive back in to your mountain pose. And here, just go ahead and come back into a seat however you want to get there. So find your way to a seat. And we're going to come into a nice bound angle pose to finish out today's class. So I have the soles of my feet are together. Inhale, get tall here. And then exhale and hinge forward at your hips. Any amount, come forward. You can stay more upright if that's better for you, or you can come forward any amount. So you might be even really low to the ground. Don't push or force this here. And to make this easier, you can bring your feet out more. To make it a little bit more challenging, you can bring your feet in. So you decide what's working for you today. And we're just going to cool down here by just staying in this pose for 5 breaths at your own pace. So inhales and exhales. Trying to keep the inhales and exhales about the same length or thereabouts. So as you can see, this is really a simple sequence. There's nothing too crazy or challenging in these postures, but they are really a great way to get the body moving. And if you were to repeat this sequence 2-3 times a week, you might start to notice starting to build some consistency into a yoga practice and notice what you start to feel in your body by having that consistency. So sometimes something really simple can really help jumpstart a consistent yoga practice, which is going to have so many wonderful benefits for your body and mind and your spirit. And you don't need an hour every day, 15 minutes. And you could even add on, so you could do that whole sequence another round or 2 if you were like feeling it and you want to make it longer. Another inhale and exhale here. Inhale and bring yourself all the way back up. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this class was effective for you, and I hope that you do try it a couple times this week and see what you notice. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.